All-wheel drive sports sedans are a prerequisite for any manufacturer serious about tracking up sales in markets where the weather can get frightful. Jaguar learned this the hard way in places like the American Northeast, where BMW's xDrive, Mercedes-Benz's 4MATIC, and Audi's Quattro AWD systems rendered the British brand's products all but invisible. That's not to say that Jaguar is all of a sudden more than a bit player in comparison to the Teutonic trio, but its sales veritably exploded when it fast-tracked and retrofitted an all-wheel drive system to the XF and XJ luxury sedans. And sports car fans take note, Jaguar recently announced certain variants of the 2016 F-Type would be available with AWD, too. Although the rear-drive XF is available with engines ranging from a 240 horsepower 2.0-litre turbocharged Linfer to a stinking 550 horsepower supercharged V8, the AWD XF comes paired exclusively with a 340 horsepower 3.0-litre supercharged V6. We're not complaining, as the 3.0-litre is a brawny beast that churns up 332 lb-ft of twist from 3,500 to 5,000 revolutions per minute. Mated to a supplied 8-speed automatic transmission with the requisite paddle shifters, the V6 delivers its output in a linear fashion and obediently follows commands to rev, spinning smoothly to its 6,500 revolutions per minute horsepower peak. The thrust is accompanied by a reserved soundtrack well suited to the car's elegant exterior. We shaved nearly an entire second off Jag's quoted 0 to 60 mph time of 6.1 seconds, with our test driver turning in a 5.3-second sprint. Keeping the throttle pin sent the XF through the quarter mile in 13.9 seconds at 102 miles per hour. Respectable numbers for a 4,385-pound car. This XF's accelerative feats can partially be credited to the electronically controlled all-wheel drive setup, which Jaguar markets as instinctive all-wheel drive. Capable of shuffling up to 50% of the available torque to the front wheels when conditions dictate, it can also preload torque on the front wheels to optimize traction when accelerating from a dead stop. Once underway, it transfers the bulk of the power back to the rear wheels for maximum acceleration. Do that often, however, and you'll end up with a low fuel economy number like our 17 miles per gallon figure. The car is rated for 17 miles per gallon city and 27 miles per gallon highway. It's easy to make friends with the XF's brake pedal, a firm, honest device that flawlessly relays commands to the binders and operates with a short range of travel. Progressive and smooth around town, the brakes respond to deep presses and stride, our test driver noting zero fade on the way to posting a 70 to 0 mph stopping distance of 169 feet. That metric falls within spitting distance of the competition. For example, both the Mercedes-Benz E350 4MATIC and the Lexus GS 350 AWD turned in 165-foot stops. But it's the chassis that remains the XF's ultimate weapon. With light and accurate steering that's quick to respond to inputs, the fleet-footed XF is more reassuring and dynamic in real-world use than its middling 0.84 grams skid pad figure would indicate. The chassis can be cycled through 3 modes, normal, dynamic, and winter, that tailor the engine response, shift characteristics, AWD system, and stability control to the task at hand. Winter mode sends 30% of the torque forward as the default setting, key when you're scrabbling for purchase on a snow-blown road. Pushed hard in dynamic mode, the XF slightly understeers, its 19-inch 24,540 tires intimating that physics would like to have a word with you. Push harder and the stability control will intervene just as the tires begin to shout. Available in either sport or portfolio trim for the same $60,800 MSRP, our XF 3.0 AWD was the latter, which emphasizes luxury over, sportiness. That means heated and cooled power front seats, soft grain leather trim with contrasting stitching and a fork-sewered headliner, a heated steering wheel, and adaptive headlamps. Adding a heated windshield $375 and fancy silver paint $500 brought the as-tested price to $61,675. For comparison, a BMW 535iX Drive starts at $58,850. Adding heated front seats and adaptive headlamps brings the Bimmer's price to $61,250. If Junior Executive Clubroom chic isn't your thing, the Sport trim swaps the portfolio's 19-inch rollers for 20-inch wheels, ladles on some black exterior trim, adds sport seats, Bond grain leather, and nets some piano black interior trim. Whichever way you go, you'll end up with a satisfying sports sedan with all-weather peace of mind, and a surefire way to stand out from the typical luxury herd.